Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Migrant Entrepreneur podcast. I am Isaac Gordon Jr., and with me tonight is Lionel Njefi and Padmond Jung. We have so much installed for you. Stay tuned while we talk tonight about stock market trading and things regarding that aspect. Here's our intro song. Dance with us.
I make you tell the haters, I go see you later. Yeah. I make you tell the haters, I go see you later. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ajay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. One and on him say it's another banger. Yeah. Samuel LG, yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Shout out to Samuel G with the Yay G mix. That's a Ghanaian remix of the Burna Boy Yay song. With that being said, we got Lionel in the building. Lionel, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a while. Feeling good.
It has.
Optimistic. Yeah, man.
It
Nice to see
has.
you guys.
It has. Shout out to you, man. Padmond Jung, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. First time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
looking forward.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Right now, this is episode 4, and we're interested in diving into the topics of stock market trading, as I said earlier, and things in that regard, because so far from what I've known, especially during the pandemic, a lot of people have been trying to get into that range, that scene, and trying to figure out how to what the best things to trade on are, and different ways to do it, because some people think it's like gambling and so and stuff like that, right? But before we even dive into that topic, let's get an overview of who Padmond is. I think, Lionel, I would allow you to also give me an overview first. Lionel is the founder of Urbeon, and which is a streetwear clothing brand, and he's got another project that he's working on. Lionel, why don't you tell us what that is about?
Yeah, so thanks very much, Isaac. Next to Urban, I've got this project called Afro Secrets we're working on, offering the best routines and products needed to, do your skincare, hair care, morning, evening routines. We're trying to work on that so you always stay the best version of your natural beauty.
Mhm. So for those of you that want to go get some skincare products, y'all know who to hit up for that. So make sure you check out Lionel Njefi and his products and his new upcoming brand that's coming up. So just get yourself that right skincare. Padmond is also the founder and owner of Jung Solutions, which is a great service provider in terms of logistic consultation, and as well as trainings on first aid and different things in that regard. So Padman, why don't you explain a little bit about that as well?
Oh yeah. So basically, Young Solutions is a consultant company, and our main job
Right.
is to help assist companies,
Right.
also individuals, when it regarding logistics, also
Right.
warehouse and e-commerce,
Right.
everything regarding
Right. Right.
logistics. Yes, and we also offer first aid services as well,
Nice.
education. Yeah.
Nice. Great. So one of the reasons why Padman is here tonight is because Padman is actually the one that got me on trading, on stock market trading. I mean, since I've known Padman, he's been this guy that is always, had his way of increasing revenue, having this different multiple revenue streams, and trading online is something that I've known about but never really knew how to get into it. So he started me off in it, and he is really doing well right now, and that's one of the reasons why he's here. We were supposed to have another guest, but unfortunately that has been postponed. So till further notice, whenever the time is right for that individual to join us, we would then have a different broadcast on including him as well, so that we can dive deeper into that. But Padman, how did you get into trading? Why did you get into it? What was how has it been? How's the journey been for you so far?
Um. First of all, it was. I don't really remember the first time I started. I
Right.
just did it because I think it was because I needed money.
Hey,
I
life is
needed
all right.
money.
Right.
And so, first of all, I started with uh, crypto
Okay.
trade. So Bitcoin on Coinbase is a platform called Coinbase.
Okay.
That is where I started. That didn't go so well,
Mhm.
not because it was bad, but just because I didn't trust it enough.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, okay, what are the other possibilities? And so I dived then into forex trading.
Okay. So let me just
Uh,
ask this real quick. This is
yes,
you being new into trading, right?
yes,
Good.
yes,
So
yes.
when you say you didn't trust it so well, was it because you didn't understand it as well, or you just didn't trust it? You were just not sure about the platform and everything else.
The platform was great,
Okay.
but it was lack of education on
Education.
Bitcoin trading.
Okay.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was the
Happens.
whole.
That's all our problem.
That is the whole reason.
Right.
So then I tried different uh, programs or providers, brokers,
Hmm.
uh, and I came across Plus 500. So that was the first platform that I really, really trusted and
Right.
really, really started trading with.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So that was the beginning of it.
Mm, mm, mm. And like I started as well. You introduced me to Plus 500, and
Yes.
there were so many things that were new. I mean, Plus 500 it's an interesting app. It's you can use it in the EU because that was also the difference. Yeah, there's some softwares that you cannot use in the EU. You can use in different regional or geographical places and stuff for whatever political reasons and stuff like that, right? Because Robinhood tend to be one of the most advised or go-to app or software for trade for beginners in
Yes.
trading, Robinhood, right? And I think that the reason is because you don't need any startup money to start trading with. You can make money without even putting money on Robinhood app, right? So, but the thing is, it's not available in the EU. It's only available in America,
Okay.
and that tends to be the problem. So, with most of the trading platforms, the initial amount that you start off with is $100, €100,
Yes.
right?
Yes. That's
So, I mean, just a little preview on my time with you, right? I put this €100 in Plus 500, and of course, Padmond had been doing this for a while. He was telling me about the results, right? And I'm like, damn, this result sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not expecting too much, but and this was the beginning of the pandemic where things were fluctuating like crazy. You would see stocks go up and stocks go down. And I remember when we used to have the phone call during the oil trade stocks and stuff like that.
yeah.
But one of the most important questions here is how can people know the stocks that they could or should trade on? What is there a way to know? Do you have to educate yourself that deep into it? Like for a beginner, what would be the how can they get about that? How can they go about it?
Okay. Good question. Let me go a little bit backwards. So before I introduce it to you,
Right.
uh, I would like go every Thursday to a club and partying. And
Okay.
during the time I'm in the club, I always have this app from Plus 500 with me.
Mhm.
So like every money which I've paid for drinks, I earned it during the time I'm in the club. So all
Oh,
the time that I'm in the club, I'll be talking to people, I've been chatting with people, having fun. But at the same time, with this app, I've been making money. So like whenever I get out of the club, I really spend physically money. But at the end of the day, when I get out, I've earned much more money than I really spend there. So it's like, that is how I was using it. So every Thursday, it
Okay.
was like, okay, Thursday, I'm trading. Thursday, I'm trading. And when I started, I had no knowledge
Right.
about it, no
Right.
knowledge about it. And I didn't really like follow any gurus or, you know,
Yeah. 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 But
people like,
yeah,
yeah,
but sorry to really I just want to go back to your Thursday ritual, right?
yeah,
You put it as on Thursdays when you would go to the club. That's a disclaimer, by the way, guys. That's a disclaimer. Padmond does go to the clubs. All right. So when you would go to the club and you would spend money, this was the time where you were trading. So by the time you come out of the club, how does that? What do you mean by that? How does that work? Did you do you buy a stock and then go into the club, or what? How does exactly does that work?
Okay, so I started with Forex.
Okay.
So I started it because of the lack of knowledge that I didn't have. I studied all the stocks. I have like 4 to 5 stocks that I really, really follow. And
Okay.
I always like study the movements of it.
Okay.
So when I see nowadays we can go to the technical side and then
Mhm.
you can use the support and resistance to like explain it. But back then I was just using my eye test. So whenever I see like a stock going up, okay, then I watch like the time frame before it, where it was, how it was moving, and I calculated with it. So whenever I see like it's going up, then I know that okay, it is too far
Mhm.
ahead, so it is definitely going to drop.
Okay.
So then I already sell.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
like when you say back then, like when how far back is that from today actually?
oh, I think 3.5 years, three and a
Okay.
half years, yes, oh yeah, 3.5 years,
so all
yeah,
this while that we were meaning.
yes.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't really like go out for speaking a lot about what I do
Right.
because
Right.
it's not in my nature. So
Right.
like I always keep it
Stay
calm.
calm. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. So
He's
just
a
when
he's a
some
humble guy. He's a humble guy.
He's a humble one. He's a humble
Yeah.
one, man.
So
Uh,
my question is,
yeah.
so Isaac, with time you mentioned at the start you didn't really trust the whole process and system because you didn't have the knowledge. Like how did you move from that point to getting comfortable with the system that you don't really have that fear anymore? Like how did that happen?
is it towards Isaac or
No,
Padman.
no, towards you, Padman, because you
Yeah.
mentioned when
oh
you mentioned Coinbase, for example,
Right.
you didn't trust the system, because you didn't have the knowledge,
Hmm.
but now you're like more comfortable with trading because you understand more of the dynamics that happens within the system. So
yeah,
my question was, how did you transition from that point where you didn't have the trust, like for those who are beginners and
yeah.
don't know where to go to right now, like how could they move from the starting point where you were to where you are right now to build that confidence? How did that happen for you?
Okay. I always like how do you say, I always test the companies. Like I read about them, what kind of securities or insurances are they having, so that in case of any emergency, that the money that I put in doesn't go lost. So that is what one thing that I did before I even started with plus 500. So plus 500 is one of the securest. It's not like the best when it comes to like doing technical analysis, but it is easy for beginners. It is beginner friendly. The whole setup is really, really easy. You can just type into it, upload your money, deposit your money, sorry, and then just start trading. And everything is really, really easy and comfortable, and also very secure. So that is one thing that really gives you the assurance that, oh, okay, when I do this and that, there is nothing going to happen in the back.
Mm.
And even when you like placing a trade, you already see like how much you are placing. And also then you can also calculate with it the possibility of what you can lose. So everything is really, really user friendly. So that's one thing that I don't want to praise plus 500 because it seems like advertising, but it is very beginner friendly. That's yeah, so that is one thing that really gave me the security or the assurance that okay, let me go with this one. Yes.
Mm.
And do you like to use plus 500, or you move to like, that was for
Advanced.
beginners and now this is for like the pros? Is there like your go-to platform right now? Which one is it?
Yes. I use different platforms. Okay, so plus 500 is like okay, it's just like trading on the side, but it's not really like uh really, really trading on it.
Right.
It's just yeah, the side thing. But my go-to is MetaTrader. I think is one of the like popular one. So MetaTrader 4 and 5, I use both of them. The difference, I'll explain it in just a moment. And I use XM. XM is like my trading platform because it gives you the possibility to raise your leverage, which it is very risky if you don't do your analysis or if you don't go according to your own plan that you need to be profitable trading. Yes.
Sorry, for those of us that don't understand what leverage is, we will explain it. Padmond is going to explain it real soon.
Okay. Okay. So MetaTrader is like I bought a virtual server, and on MetaTrader 4, with this virtual server, I have like like a robot which trades for me on MetaTrader 4 on this private server. So on this server, it's only dedicated to MetaTrader 4. I pay extra money for it every month, but you gain money while you're sleeping and you don't have to think about it, because the robot that we have set up works pretty well, but we trade only Forex with it. So it's just like 4 pairs that we have set right now, which we trade with it. And MetaTrader 5 is, I trade gold on it. So MetaTrader 5 is dedicated only to trading gold. MetaTrader 4 to specific Forex. It's the major ones. And XM is dedicated to like trading gold. So the MetaTrader 4 and XM is like combined. I don't know how I can explain it a little bit easier, but the platform is the same. I'm using XM for MetaTrader 5. I hope. So XM is the broker, and MetaTrader is the platform where we trade at.
Okay.
Yes. 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 And for investing, I use Trading 212. So it's like 3 different stuff that I use. Yes. So for investing, Trading 212, because it's really, really user friendly. And also for those who want to learn it, it is really a great platform where you can really learn how to invest your money long term. Yes.
Man.
Yeah. So
like, speaking of Forex trading, I have a question, because I always have people hitting me up, saying like, hey, I'm part of this company where we do Forex trading, and you have to buy this package, and you get this amount that comes in, and you do referrals. Like, what would you say? I don't know if you know of such systems, and what would you say about them?
I can't really say much about it because I've never really dived into, and I'm not a friend of that kind of stuff. Okay. There are like some other pros who offer like signals. So like when the Forex is going to go up, when the Forex is going to go down, they give you signals. Some of them are really, really good, but to be really profitable, you have to really learn it. Because when you just follow others, you never learn it, because it's just like you are going according to their own pace. But maybe when you learn it, you gain something different, or some different insight from it. So I'll always recommend that you try it, because there are also all these platforms, most of them offer paper trading. Paper trading means that you don't put your real money into the account. So you just use fake money to learn how to trade. So you may even use 10,000 euros or dollars to trade, but it's just paper money. So it's just fake money, but you are learning how to trade on a real platform. Yes. Yeah.
So you're saying if anyone wants to get into it, do your homework, because yes. For what those guys, I was involved with one who was talking about it, and it sounded like they have the system which is set up, and it just does the trading, and your money just comes in. But they kept insisting on me bringing in people to have bonuses from referrals, and I was like, if you'll tell me about trading, I want the money from the trading. I don't really care about referrals and bonuses. So so if someone wants to get into it, just do your homework and learn about it, basically.
Exactly. Because these referrals, most of these groups or companies, they gain their money through the referrals. So it's not like it's not good to be honest. So I wouldn't recommend that to anybody because it is dangerous. You don't know where your money is. You don't know where your money is going to. So just choose a platform yourself and start to learn piece by piece. And one thing I can say that I think Isaac said it in the beginning, people think that trading is like gambling, but it only becomes gambling when you
When you don't know what
don't
you're doing.
you
Yeah.
yes,
You don't know what you're doing, basically.
exactly,
Right.
Wow.
exactly.
Okay.
Because
And that, yeah,
yeah, I also remember how on the trading platforms you're able to see so many of the companies, the IPO companies out there, right? The
yeah,
public trading companies and stuff like that. And whenever, like, I watch the news a lot. I watch the news pretty much every morning, right? So whenever I'm watching the news and I hear Johnson & Johnson is doing the new vaccine and stuff like that, you just go check out Johnson & Johnson stocks, you know what I'm saying, and see if
yeah,
that, you just try to look at a projection and see if that's going to go up or that's going to go down and stuff. But it's because I also never devoted that enough time into really understanding in depth how the algorithms work, how doing the analysis and stuff like that. So every time I have something going, I'll reach out to Pam and be like, what do you think about this stock? What do you think about this stock?
okay,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just heard that the Boeing Air is about to start working again, but they're gonna look for vaccine certificates. So they're about to be online. So I'm looking at the stock market of this company, and I'm like, what do you think about this stock? Like right now, I think I was having a conversation with a friend of mine today, and he was just telling me how I think Jay-Z sold Tidal, the company, the streaming platform.
okay,
He sold it to a different group or a different individual, and as well as Timbaland and Swiss Beats also sold their verses. This is so crazy, by the way, and I think I'm digressing right now, but it's like in 2021, a lot of people are reaping the fruits from a lot of things they did during the pandemic. So
mm,
during the pandemic, there were some businesses that started off. It's these are, let's say, in the entertainment scene, right? There is this brand called There's No Signal or No Signal, which was also a music thing, a versus battle thing. So you would have, I think this was more for Afro beats. You would have people like Davido versus what's the other guy's name, Wizkid or something like this, and it was really really huge. People were getting into it and stuff like this. It was more online and stuff. The same way Swizz Beatz and Timbaland did something called versus battle, which was like one artist with another artist, and this grew to a certain level. This year, I think just a week ago or a couple of days ago, they sold this company, this thing that they did in the pandemic, right? Just out of the pandemic, when people could not go out, they wanted to still keep music alive and stuff like this. They just created that and they sold it right now. And the money they sold it for, because they sold to this online, I think it's like a TikTok app. It's
okay,
called Triller. So
Mm,
they sold that program to Trailer, and the income of that they shared it with all the artists that participated in versus battle during the pandemic.
wow.
So that's
wow,
like a whole crazy way of looking at things. And yeah, I think doing the homework is necessary, especially when it comes to trading, getting what's it called, getting yourself involved, finding I think also another thing that's missing is a group, because I remember Padman, we used to have this other platform. What's it called? The one where you could go in the chat and see the guys talking about stuff.
trading view,
Yeah.
trading view,
So
yeah,
Trading View was really really cool. But then you needed to have some type of points to be able to communicate as well. So
exactly,
so things like Trading View are sometimes necessary for us to create, I think, in my opinion, for those that also that are beginners that would want to be part of this, and also those that are experts. So what
yeah,
Trading View has is it has this group chats where for example, if you come in, you have to look for the category of stocks that you're trying to trade in, if it's forex, if it's gold, if it's oil, if it's whatever that is, right? So you
yeah,
go into that industry and you would see what people are talking about those certain so I mean, I didn't know much. I'm just going on listening, and people are saying buy now, sell now, buy now, sell now, and I'm just
yeah,
following that. So I didn't really know that much, right? And I would always consult with Padman and stuff. But To be honest, I really admire the way that you have really scaled the business, and especially your knowledge and insight on trading. My other question again would be, when someone wants to start off into trading, because a lot of people are just looking for ways to have other kinds of revenue, right?
Yeah.
Would you advise newcomers to go long term, or do short trading or day trading?
Um, as long as you have money in your bank account,
Hmm.
I'll always recommend that instead of having that money in your bank account, use like 80% of it into long-term investing.
Hmm.
Invest in something that you use. So if you use Facebook a lot, then buy Facebook stocks. If you use Apple a lot, buy Apple stocks, because those are companies like Amazon. Those are companies that they will, they are not going to drop.
Right.
You know, they are like this. They are flowing upwards, and there are simple and easy ways to like measure how a stock is going to move.
Okay.
So you know, long-term investing, people don't have their Durchhalter. I don't know the English word right now, but
Resistance and
Endurance, patience.
endurance. Yeah.
endurance, perfect. Endurance, because um, let's say you want to invest, then we are talking about not only just 1 year, but 5 years, 30 years, 40 years. So
And that one,
let's say
we don't have the endurance for that, bro.
exactly. But there's the possibility to just do it like that. Let's say 5 years.
Right.
If you invest every month, if you say we are going for a stock that gives you maybe at the end of the year only just 8%, or let's say 10%, for example, or 8%, and you invest just 20 euro every year, by the time of 5 years, you'll be in six figures,
Mm.
7 figures. That is where you'll be with just 8%. So investing long term is really, really good,
Right.
because sometimes some of the stocks that you buy, they give you dividends. So the time that every dividend that you gain, you are not taking it out, so you reinvest it. So by the time it goes, you always gain something every month, every year. So by the time of 5 years, the money that maybe you would just have it in your bank account, you have really done something worthy, valuable to it. So it's better always to have money invested long term than having your money in your bank account, because let's be real, banks, if we take just Germany here, for example, they are not going to give you percentage of 0.5. They're not going to give you that. It's like 0.3 or something like that. And if you really have a good bank, then they give you something like 1.3. I don't think that is even nowadays even possible, but that is the percentage that they give you. So if you invest and you are getting 8% of that same, with that same money that you have in your bank account, that means that you are really doing something good. And you know, long-term investing, you just you don't need even to like go into stocks that are really fancy. Just go with a normal one. So like Amazon, let's choose Facebook,
Right.
let's choose Instagram, or even Instagram. You know that they are going to bring Instagram card IPO. They're going to go on the stock market. So for that, for example, you know that it belongs to Facebook, so it's going to jump. So you buy Facebook, for example. You know, Amazon is building a new warehouse somewhere in Bremen, for example. So you know that their stock is going to go up. Apple is going to bring new iPhones every year. So you know that the stock is going to go up. So it is very, very easy to like predict where stocks are going, also on the chart. And also when it comes to trading view, it's not just good for the chat of it, but the charting of trading view. Most pros use trading view because the chart is really, really good, and it's free. Of course, you can go for a subscription, but it is free to use. And that chart is really, really good, gives you really, really good insight. You can really do your analysis with trading views. So it's also a great platform like to do your technical analysis there. So it's, yeah, Yeah, so I would rather recommend long-term investing. And if you want to really do this day trading or swing trading, then you can just do it. But you can start with just €100, 500. I'll not recommend €100 anymore because I've learned the negative side of it. So I'll not recommend it. I'll rather recommend using like €500 to start, because then because you're not going to trade. You just trade with, like, let's say one third of your the 500, so so that you don't lose money. So right. That's also a trick that you can use to, like, don't lose huge money on the
knowledge. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna be rounding off real soon. Lionel, do you have anything do you want to say as well?
Just want to add one last point, just maybe 10, 20, 30 seconds. Right. What steps would you advise people who are starting to follow when choosing stocks? Just real quick.
Go on a chart, choose an indicator. It's called EMA. Okay. Just go with the EMA and then type in the length. You use 200, and then it will show you on a chart. So whenever the candles are over the 200 EMA, it means that the stock is not uptrend. So you just look for monthly chart view, or monthly chart view is enough. Then you look into it. So it will give you a long time frame. Then you see how the stock is performing. So you know that, this stock is more on the rise. So it's a good stock to go long-term investing. So that's the easiest way to find out how to invest long-term.
And which platform is that?
Trading View.
Okay, cool.
Trading View, yes.
Perfect, man. Thanks.
I feel like this is going to be the part one for the trading thing, because there is a whole depth.
Oh yeah.
You need to also figure out when to take out money, when not to take out money. So this is the part one. We're definitely going to do part 2 and 3 as well. For those of you guys that have questions and would like to have a specific answer to something that you are curious about, you want to know about, just shoot that down in the comments below, and we will definitely look at that and get back to you guys on it. Shout out to Padmond, shout out to Lionel Njefi that was here as well.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna dive into this topic one more time again. We're going to schedule that. So for those of you watching, stay tuned for that. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and as well share, because we're trying to build and spread the word as well, because a lot of people would benefit of certain knowledge like this. So with that being said, we are about to sign off. Any last words from you guys, Lionel, in 30 seconds, and Padmond?
Guys, stay hungry, stay positive, always learn, keep educating yourselves, and don't be afraid of taking risks, but take measured risks. That's my closing statement.
Padmond?
Yeah, I also dive into the same direction. Use this time of the pandemic to really learn new skills, so that at the end, when everything is back to normal, you have gained new skills and you can be profitable.
Man, let's be profitable for the community, man.
That's it.
Stay blessed, guys. Migrant Entrepreneur episode 4, part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and the next episode is coming up soon. Just to make sure money there. Yeah, I know one buy, I know one die, I know one women, I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I want turn up. Tell me, my brother, where's it gonna be? G-Wagon, all the benefit, together.